aspect of it, and you don't have to. Hey guys, that was Nova Warp before the patch. In the video today, I'm going to be going over some tips and tricks for you guys in the Crucible to make Nova Warp viable. I'll also be playing some gameplay, and I'm going to roll some footage of Nova Warp after the patch.
You gonna play Warp again?
You don't need to increase it if you don't want to. Okay guys, I'm going to get into the tips and tricks on how to use Nova Warp after patch. This is some gameplay after patch as well. Let's talk about what Bungie did initially to Nova Warp. Okay, reading from the patch notes, we got slightly slowed movement while charging. Charging costs more energy. Initial costs increased by 60%. Sustained drain costs increased by 60%. Duration decreased by 6.8 seconds. Decreased super damage resistance from 56% to 54%. Damage against Guardians decreased by 27%. Hey, I know what you guys are thinking. You're saying, wow, that's a pretty significant nerf. You know, damage against Guardians decreased by 27%. That's pretty significant. But I'm going to tell you that Nova Warp has a really, really crazy neutral game. And the thing about the neutral game is it has a one-hit nade, it has a crazy range melee, and it's got a healing rift. Now, I know what you're thinking. The super is probably not the best anymore, and that's 100% agreed. It's definitely not what it used to be, as you saw in the old footage. But the thing is, you gotta play your super very differently now, and you gotta play with, you gotta have the mindset, hey, I cannot rely on my super to be this massive super that's gonna take out all the Guardians. You're looking to get about 2, maybe 3 Guardians now, maybe a lights out. You know, that's 4 Guardians. So the thing about Nova Warp that I like the most is the one-shot grenades. And now the thing about the one-shot grenades, it's really good for hitting people around corners or killing people that are being very aggressive shotgunners. Another thing about the Nova Warp is the melee. And the thing about the melee is it can make you jump to another dimension, man. That melee is super strong. It is super worth it. That's what I use when I run my Nova Warp is melee, melee, melee. I really want to talk about the healing rift as well, because the healing rift is a very, very important factor in the Crucible. It allows me to get into an engagement, back up and heal, and people forget about that a lot, that Nova Warp has that healing rift, and it's very strong for the neutral game. Talking about the one-hit grenade again, the handheld supernova is super strong against a lot of playstyles. It allows you to one-shot your opponent. Think about how crazy that is. That is a super, super strong, effective grenade. Probably the best grenade in the Crucible right now. So, what we're gonna do is focus on how strong that grenade is and how many engagements you can win using that grenade. I see a lot of people use it very poorly. They just throw it around a corner willy-nilly. Like, that's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to charge it up. You're supposed to bait around corners. You're supposed to make sure you're gonna do what you can do to get in range so you can one-shot your opponent with that grenade. For your melee and your rift, man, like I said earlier, you definitely need to utilize where you're placing your rifts and make sure you're in melee range for your actual melee. Like I said, that melee is super effective in the Crucible. You should definitely try it out and definitely prioritize it. With the rifts, you definitely want to make sure you know when to use it, you know when to disengage and use it. Be very smart with your healing rift. You will definitely see yourself winning a lot more 1v1 engagements if you use your healing rift effectively, your handheld supernova effectively, and definitely playing smart with your melee. The most important thing you guys need to keep in mind is using your super. Since it got nerfed very, very hard, we definitely need to be very, very strategic. We know for sure that you cannot kill multiple people and wipe the enemy team. It's not gonna happen. Gotta forget that. You definitely know that you still have a strong super, still viable. You gotta go for the smart engagements. Know when you can get a 2-piece, when you can get the whole 4-man. You gotta play smart. You gotta pop it around corners where you're safe. You gotta make sure you don't get team shot to oblivion. You definitely don't want to waste your super. Your super is only gonna last so long after the patch. So you gotta play smart with it. You gotta know how to use it in order to win. Guys, you have a crazy nade, you have such a good melee, a dope rift, and still a decent super. Remember these tips and tricks in order to slay in the Crucible. We're gonna end this video with the gameplay portion. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you like and subscribe for more future content.